Hey y'all, so I'm coming to you from a different background, as you can see. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Love it. But I'm coming to you from a different background. Hi friend, hey, come on in. So I wanted to just share something really quickly for you today. And it's something that I got from my devotion. And it is by Yvette Henry. It's called Rest, Release, Remain, I think it is. I think that's what it's called. And it's her 30-day devotional. But in it, I wrote a takeaway, and it's quoted directly from her. And I will read it to you. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it says, "You don't have to fight to keep what God is gently asking you to let go of. The gardener sees every branch, every bud, every hidden part of your heart. And when he prunes," I'm pausing for that. I want you to take that in. And when he prunes, he does it with love. With love. Okay? And that resonated with me so much today. This is based on John chapter 15, verses 1 through 2. And it is talking about how the gardener, prunes the vines, the branches, different parts, the buds and things, because what he's doing, and anyone who does have the green thumb, I do not have it. One of my aunts who has passed away, she had it, and she really had that gift to make something grow. One of her other sisters too was also passed away. Interestingly enough, both of those two sisters were both very good at gardening, and they passed away the same year within literally like about a month or so of each other. And they knew the key about gardening, and how, yeah, you're gonna till that ground, you're gonna play with it, and you're gonna get your hands dirty, and you're gonna do all the things in order to produce more of the fruit in this case. And so God is doing the same thing with our hearts. And you know that your heart is one of the most tender parts of your body. Like, it's a very tender space. And it is very susceptible to all the workings of how your body operates. If you don't believe me, just go. If you don't know, go and do a quick dive on that. Look at how the heart has to play a part in every single aspect of your body: your cell growth, your skin, your hair, like how your body takes in sunlight or doesn't, how you take in water. Like, it all plays a part in your heart function. And so that's something that I think we need to pay attention to when it comes to this. And it became so alive to me, especially right now. And I wrote down in the book, on the last page, I was just like, gotta release fear, gotta release control. And I'll tell you specifically, because I'm not gatekeeping here. I'm telling you, this is in real time right now. I'm not doing it in the past, although I've done some work before, but I'm in a new journey or a new path on this part. And I just wanted to share that with you, that to encourage you that, hey, I'm releasing control today of how I process, and the process that he's taking me through when it comes to grief. I have been grieving. If you read my note that I posted, I have been in grieving time and mourning. And so I need time. I need time and space to deal with that. And I have to tell you, I was uncomfortable with that, because I said, well, God, I have this to do, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and this needs to happen. And he said, slow down, slow down, slow down, pay attention. There's some things that are more important than what you think is important right now. And that's uncomfortable for me. Then I also wrote down, Lord, I release the fear of what might be taken away because or what he may cut away, let's say in this case. And I said, because I have fear. I'm not been given the spirit of fear. I have not been given the spirit of fear. Neither have you. But we have power. We have a sound mind. But you have to continue to declare and speak that over yourself, that you have that. And it doesn't mean that you don't have any fear that will come to you and that will sit in your face and will sit right next to you on the couch. Because fear comes at my door and it's sitting in the house with me and trying to play games with me and kiki. And I'm like, bro, get out of here. Like, why you here? Leave me alone. If you know, the title of my book was called and is called Smashing Fear in the Face. How I overcame depression, fear, and anxiety. Like, bro, get out of here. Like, I smashed you already. But there's still a process. It has been now, my book came out August the 21st, I want to say, or September 25th, something like that, 2021. I wrote that the first, I actually pinned it, put the manuscript together and put it all together in Amazon the first year that I moved out of state, right after, not a few months after my mom had passed away. And why am I sharing that? Because in the midst of my fear, I was super terrified, not fearful. I was frightened, terrified, all the things. If you see any of the, what's the latest movie? Scary Movie. If you see the Scary Movie series, and I know a lot of it is funny, but they're also attacking some things about your real fears, right? And so, and why am I mentioning that? Because it makes sense. It's something that's fluid to you. We have scary movies all the time. October is almost here. I have a classmate who loves, her and her husband, even her own siblings, they are diehard fans. Like, they love Michael Myers. Like, they are in with him all the time. And they love to even go to, scary places and stuff. They love it. That's their thing. I'm not a fan of it. Ain't into it. But that's their thing. And I think there's something to be said about that. Why? Again, why am I talking about that? Because they face it. They face it. It helps them. It's a tool. It's a vehicle to help them face it. And so I hope that's encouraging to someone today that you can face these fears. You can face the worst thing, the monster in the closet, so to speak. You can face that today. Even today, I've had to face some things, I tell you, that I was like, I was picking up my rental car the other day and I was telling them just real quick, like a little quick story about how I moved out of my home state and moved to a brand new state, sight unseen, barely had a job. I had a job offer there, but it wasn't like a corporate job or nothing. It was just, it's a job. It was going to pay my bills and stuff, but it wasn't like my dream career or something. And I'm like, I said, man, where the cameras at? Because I can't do this today. And it was crazy because I just got fired from the same job. Like, bro, are you kidding me? And they hired me. I literally sent a message to the lady, was like, in HR, was like, are you sure? Because I just got fired from the same job. And my friend was like, you did not send that lady that message. I said, I sure did. Because I wanted to make sure. Like, are you serious? And she was like, yeah, I see that. Okay. She said, yeah, we're offering you the job. Do you want it or not? And I'm like, I said, please, somebody help me. Because I must be going crazy. But I digress. Let me calm down. But back to the main subject, like I said, I want to encourage you. I'm saying all that, and I said a lot there. But just to encourage you that you can face your fears, and I know it's hard. Friend, here's my hand. Take my hand. Take my hand. Remember, we did this. It's to let you know that I'm holding your hand. Okay? Holding your hand. Because it ain't easy. I'm going to tell you, I'm living proof. This is not a lie. This is my life. I don't know what your life looks like, but I'm telling you, this thing hurt. Okay? It be ripping your heart out. For real. I have something that I may share with you guys at some point, and it's something I wrote about. Me and a friend talked about, oh gosh, so many years ago. Gosh, we're like 2010, 11, no, 2011 or something, I think. And we were talking about this thing, and it was crazy. It's regarding the heart. But I'm gonna share that with you later. If you really want to know, drop it down below and tell me that you want me to tell you about that. And put a heart, put a red heart there if you want to know about it. If you want to know about what I'm talking about regarding the heart and this thing, and me and my friend had discussed some years ago, it was so good. I'm telling you, I still have it in my notes. I keep a serious file of all kind of notes that I've written down, and I still have that in my heart. Funny enough, no pun intended. But yeah, if you really want to know about it, drop a heart down below and tell me. Please tell me. Say, please tell me. I want to know. Don't hold me in suspense. Tell me. So I'll make a video on that. But yeah, it's a real thing. I'm telling you, it is a serious thing, and I want you to know that I don't take it lightly. That you all trust me to hold your heart, you know, to be kind to you, to love you, but I have to love me too. And that's another process. I've had to learn how to love me in this season. And many times I haven't loved myself as much as I thought I did. And not in an egotistical way, but you do need to love yourself. I was taught, mind you, I'm a child of the 1980s. So we were taught to take care of the things that we have. My mom constantly used to tell me that. Take care of what you have. Why is that important? Why am I talking about that? Because it makes sense. This is what God, the gardener, the Father, Abba, Jesus taught this on purpose because he knows that his Father takes good care of his children. And Jesus was doing the same thing. He's an extension. And he's like, no, I'm going to show you in person how to take care of one another. He said, wash the feet. He did the actual example. He became the servant. He said, I came to serve. I did not come to be king and lord over you and master you. You already got masters and people oppressing you and hurting you. I'm not here to do that. And that was uncommon to them. They weren't ready for that. They said, what? Why? But didn't you come to kill off and knock off all these people that's oppressing us? No, I didn't come for that. I came to seek and save those who are lost. He said, only the ones that are sick need a doctor. You're not, you need a doctor. Most of us do. And we're not talking about just the doctor that's going to give you pharmaceutical pills. No, we already got that. We don't need any more of that. What we need today is the real soul healing. We need soul healing. We need cell healing. We need healing in the mind. We need healing. Like really lay hands, but not the wrong hands. Because everybody's hands ain't saved. Everybody's hands ain't sacred. Where have they spent time? They haven't been doing the work. Then no, you can't touch me. I don't want your hands on me. And not just because they're not clean, but because I don't know what your hands been doing. The Bible tells me to, whatever I find my hand to do it with all my might. What are your hands doing? Take care of you. And that's what I'm doing. I encourage you, take care of yourself, because you're the only self you have. At the end of the day, that job ain't going to do it. They ain't going to take care of you. I'm telling you. I don't care how much money they're paying you. And most of y'all not even getting paid what you're worth. But let me get off the soapbox on that because I can go further. But let me stay on subject. What I want to do, like I said, I want to encourage you. I'm telling you, get yourself together, because that is really where your true self is, your highest self. And like I said, this is not egotistical, but this is a principle of heaven. Like, you need to the principle of the kingdom of heaven, the principle that God has for us. We need to get with the gardener. Go back to the garden, sit with him. In the beginning, in Genesis, they were not out here slaving away and doing all that stuff. No, that was never God's intention and purpose for us. There is work. There is work, but it's not that. Work is different. Remember, I think I told you all before, definitions of words. Go check definitions of words against what God says. And how do you know what God says and what his definition is? Not necessarily Googling it. I've done it. I'll Google words, but I ask the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is our helper. He will remind us of every single thing that Jesus said, because Jesus is the word, right? So who better to ask? And you will have to wait for a real answer. You will have to sit in quiet. You probably can hear something in the background. That's just the sound of the air conditioning where I'm staying. I don't have an air conditioner system at my place where I stay back home, but this place does. It makes sounds. You see there's a TV behind me. I haven't even used that. I turned on the TV in my bedroom, but I haven't really played anything or watched anything. I've been trying to stay present. I needed this time to stay present. I have water here. I did my hydration this morning. That's what I needed. Because when you're in a dry, thirsty land, I'm using all these like puns and stuff. But yeah, when you're in, and I'm literally felt like it many times, like I needed more hydration. I haven't eaten a whole bunch of food. Why? I thought I would, honestly thought I would need to, but I don't need that. What I crave more is this silence. And this is a different silence than I thought I was going to have here. I didn't think I was going to have the quiet like this. I didn't think I was going to have the slow down like this. I thought I was like, okay, run over here, go do this, handle that. And God was like, no, slow down. And I was like, no, I didn't wake up in the time that I should. And I got to take my shower. And I need to run. And he's like, no. Slow down. Because if you run too fast, you might hurt yourself. Which I did. I don't know. You probably can't even see it. Well, yeah, you can't see it. I have a little mark on my shoulder. It was like right here. I hurt myself. This is a new place for me. I've never been here. So I didn't pay attention and turn on the light. And I ran into there's a little handle on the shower in the bathroom. And I was like, I should have turned on the light. The light was right there. I just didn't turn it on. See how easy that happens when you don't do what you know that you should do? Simply turning on the light so that you can see where you're going. That's a word for somebody right there. That's free. But these are things that run through my head. It's just like, yeah, if you turn on the light, you can see a lot more things. It will help you on your path. Anyway, that's part of the pruning. So like I say, yeah, releasing the fear, releasing the control today, and stepping into myself, the path that God has already planned out for me for this day, not for tomorrow. Because I was trying to think ahead again. I need to, and what about, and I should put my eyebrow, I should put something on my face, and I should do this. I already cleaned my body. I moisturized. I put my sunscreen on. It is actually extremely hot today. These last 2 days are hot, and the UV ray is really a real thing. For y'all that don't use your sunscreen, please use sunscreen. It will help you. My cousin been telling me that forever. Just like, y'all need to put on your sunscreen. Please put it on. Us folk. We need to put on our sunscreen. Put on my watch. I put on a little something. My necklace, earrings, and that's it. I don't need anything else. I gotta go do some stuff, but I just wanted to chat at y'all for a second and let you know, like, hey, I want to take you along on the journey. Everything else I've kept really sacred. My sister, my best friend, came in town and from her own trip, and we spent time, and that was nice. The first night to have somebody here, I felt so covered having her here. And I'm glad that she felt the need to, even in her tiredness, she came and stayed with me. My really good childhood friend came and sat with me last night away from her child. She squared him away, and then she came over here and sat with me, and we just spent time. And I appreciate that. My other really good sister who lives further away out here, like I sent her, we just voice text, sent voice notes yesterday, and I told her, I said, that felt like a big hug that I needed. I cried while I was texting her and sending her messages, and she was like, "I'm got you." She's like, "And if you need me to," she's like, "I'm busy too, but if you need me to, I'll come." This is what the process can look like. With everything that has got cut away from me in the last however many years, I can't even count how many, God has done it. Why am I telling you this? Why am I taking the time to do this? Because I feel it's going to help somebody. A lot of times people tell you on social media, well, wait till it's, until you got past this and that and the other. Like I said, I don't believe in gatekeeping on this part, because I believe that so many people are dealing with the hardest, roughest times they probably ever experienced. I just truly believe that. If I'm dealing with some stuff, I know a lot of y'all dealing with it. A lot of y'all are facing some probably even more crazy stuff. And I'm not even telling you the things that I've been through, but a lot of it is in that book, Smashing Fear in the Face. But there are some things that I had not gone through yet. And that is past. Those are past things. Those are not like right at that time. So I did share with you once I had come out of some of those things. Um, Something else that I was processing, I did not share in that book. Some of the other things that I was actually dealing with at that time, I didn't share it because I wasn't ready to. And I honestly haven't even decided if I will share it. Some things are private. Some things are private. They should stay private. This is another part of processing. You don't need to post everything on social media. That's just for somebody else. That's for me too. Because at one time, I used to think, oh, I can just post this and post that. That ain't what you need to do. You need to process. You need some tools and things to help you heal and deal with things. You need to go therapy. You need to do something else. Go take a boxing class. Go do something else. Go skating. Go hiking. I don't know. Even go paint. Go do something else. Go stare at water. Maybe you can't see the water. I'm going to show you real quick. You see that picture on the wall? That's a picture of water. Find you a photo if you cannot physically go there. They have something that I absolutely love, and I used to take pictures of them all the time. I actually have them still on my phone somewhere. Can you see it? Clouds. I can white photos, but I love me some clouds. I stood outside waiting at a bus stop about maybe a little bit after I moved out to the PNW area. That's the Pacific Northwest for those that don't know. And I was just staring at the clouds because they was just so puffy. And I forgot that as a kid, I loved me some puffy clouds. I mean, baby, I loved them. And there was something that healed in me that day. I just stood there crying, telling God, thank you for giving me that gift, because I felt like it was a big box and he unwrapped it just for me right in front of me. And I was like, God, like I didn't know I needed that. Like that was good, So like I said, again, with everything that I thought I lost, because I was brand new out there, I didn't know nobody. And God gave me time that day. Simply that day, because I slowed down. And I won't say because I slowed down, but when I slowed down, I was able to see that. You know how you can move so fast and you're like, okay, I gotta go wash clothes. I gotta go take care of the kids. I gotta go do this. And you got list and list and list, and you just keep going and going. You gotta fix your food. You gotta go to bed. You gotta wake up again and do it all over again. And you're like, okay, did you miss something? You could have missed a message today. Even right now, it's already probably half the day is gone already. But what did you miss already because you running so fast? Slow down a little bit. See what the surprise is today. Find your surprise today. And I just want to encourage you, like I said, just encouraging you, slow down as you can, when you can. We're going to take one last thing to do, breath time, okay? Take a breath, slow down. Nope, nope. Don't think about nothing else, friend. Just swipe your mind out for just a second. Slow down. I'm looking at you. Slow down, slow down. Okay. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to the place where thou hast died. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. I am thine, O Lord, I have heard thy voice, and it cautioned me to go. But I long to rest in the arms of grace and be closer drawn to thee. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to the place where thou hast died. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. Yeah. It's okay, friend. It's okay. Stay there. Don't run away. Don't say I'm sorry. Please don't say that. Don't be sorry. You are not a sorry person. It's okay. It's okay. You stay there as long as you need to. And as long as you're able to right now. That's something that I learned in my early 20s. I was right at my 20, right at 20. I had a coworker, actually one of my managers, and she was having a really tough day, as many of us do. And we don't always take the time to do this. She was in the back room, our little lunch break room, and she was bawling her eyes out. She wasn't loud, but she was just crying, noticeably crying. And I sat there with her, and another manager came and said, "Oh, come on, it's time for, her to come back, from her break." And I told them, I moved for a second so they could see her. I said, "She can't come up there right now." I said, "Give me a minute, and I'll help her to get to the front. She'll be there as soon as we can, okay?" And they were like, "Oh, okay." And it's like, yeah, sometimes you can not control letting out a sound. You cannot control letting yourself release whatever it is. Screaming, crying, punching. I don't know. There's different ways of letting it out. You can break something carefully. They even have, that's why they created those rooms where it's like a wreck-it room or spaces, and you have specific uniform to wear and protective gear so that you don't hurt yourself. There's specific type of shoes that you have to wear because they don't want you to hurt yourself as you're breaking things. It's necessary. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Some people go running. That's one way to let it out. Some people, there's a lot of different ways. I guess, you can do art of different kinds. There's so many different types of art that you can do. And there's a way to let it out. I let mine out a lot of different ways, mostly writing. I remember having oh gosh, it felt like I was having a panic attack because something was happening right in front of me. And thankfully I had my notebook and pen, and I just wrote, I mean, I blazed through probably like 5 pages of my journal. And suddenly my breathing was regulating. Everyone can't do that. But holding it in, friend, is not helpful. So I hope you let it go today. And if you need to rewatch this, do it. And know that I'm sitting with you. Okay? Someone is sitting with you. If you feel alone today, you are not alone. Even yourself, you and yourself, your relationship with yourself is important. And I want you to honor that today. Just a little bit. Okay? Because you are important. You are significant. And you are invaluable. Meaning you're valuable. You're fully valuable. Okay? And I don't want you to take that for granted today. You have taken everyone else into consideration except you. And that's another part of the pruning process too. Maybe that's another cutaway. Something he has to cut away from you is like, everybody else is not more important than you. It doesn't matter that you have all these responsibilities when how can you take care of all those responsibilities if you are not well? And I get it. You're like, well, I don't have time to make sure I'm okay. Yes, you do. Because if you don't, sweetheart, guess what? Who's going to stop? They're not going to stop and take care of you. The ones that you're trying to take care of, they may not even be able to. So then where will you be? Where will they be? Because you can't take care of them because you're ill. You have illness in you. You can't go to work if your foot suddenly is not working. Right? I mean, how are you going to do that? If your hand that you need to use for work, if it's not working, what are you going to do? Well, I can't afford this. Well, you can't afford to not. And I get it. We're in a crazy time in this government. This healthcare system has never been for us. But somehow, if you truly need help, there is help available. How do I know that? Because I had emergency surgery and I barely even had healthcare. I was out of age for me to be taken under the care of doctors under the healthcare plan of my mom. 26 years old? Nope, you out of there. So it's on me. And I was in a weird in-between state where I just started a job where they, well, not just started, but yeah, not recently. I recently started a job where they were covering our health care when they didn't before, but I hadn't done the sign-in thing yet. It had just come out. And like probably like the next like week and a half or so, I had to have emergency surgery. I couldn't afford it. And I put it off for a long time to even, I mean, I didn't know I needed emergency surgery. And I know this video was long, but I'm just telling you, like I said, I feel this is important for someone to hear. Because if you don't know, healthcare is a big thing for me. But yeah, I was in the middle of this issue. And I was like, I felt something was wrong. And then suddenly the pain just came. I didn't really have pain at first. I didn't know anything about, I really never felt pain like that. And suddenly it was terrible pain and it just kept persisting and it wouldn't stop. Going to the bathroom did not change it. Like nothing that I did changed it. I called a friend who happened to be a doctor and she was like, you have to get to the hospital because there's something wrong. Because I explained to her what I was dealing with and she was like, get to the hospital. My mom was at work or out somewhere. It was evening and she was like, why didn't you just wait for me? I was like, I couldn't. The doctor said I should go now. And so she met me at the hospital and once they triaged me, did all the stuff, found out, yeah, there's something wrong and we got to see what's going on. They need to see what was happening in that area. and I had to have emergency surgery. Surgery costs a lot of money. And I did not pay attention to all the warning signs. I was at medical assistant school at the time. And at that time, we were in the module where we test, we did a lot of our lab stuff was on one another. And so our testing was, oh, hey, what are we going to do? It was on, I think it was urology, which is you got to pee on the little stick thing. And so we were trying to just as a test to see, and our teacher did separate time, confidentiality, HIPAA rules with each one of us in a private room so that she could discuss with us what this meant. Because there's a color that shows up on that little stick. It's a whole line of different colors. And it, depending on what color it is, it tells you something about your body and what's going on. Now, she's not a doctor, but she had been a medical assistant in different offices and different types of, clinics and, all kind of stuff. So she knew a lot more, probably maybe about 15 years or so of experience, And so she was teaching us, and she was young. She was funny enough. She was like same age as me at the time. And I still remember her, Miss Pena. Miss that lady. She was so sweet, very gentle. But yeah, she explained to me. She said, I think you should get this checked out. This shows that there's something going on in your body. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, And I was very nonchalant about it. I had never been sick before, really. I didn't think nothing big. I was like, oh, ain't nothing. That was one of the first signs. God gives us signs. He's like, hey, something's going on. Go check it out. I didn't pay attention. And unfortunately, landed me in the hospital but fortunately, thank God, I'm still here. You see me. My best friend, my sister that was here the other night, spent the night with me. She came to see me. Had pastor, called, they prayed. I had other people that did come to see me too, other people from my church and other people, friends, checking on me and stuff. And it was just like, this was so scary. But like I said, I didn't have all the stuff. But guess what they had? It was called an ability to pay. And I ended up only having to pay I think the surgery was and everything they did, including my stay there, it was $15,000. I didn't have that. I wasn't earning nowhere near to be, paying on that. And I also had I had taken an ambulance. That costs money. It's not free. So I was just scared. I was like, oh, the fear was like, oh my gosh, I can't pay for anything. What am I going to do? But God provided. He made sure. And thankfully, I had my mom and she helped me to, figure out, okay, well, which one you're going to do, and what you need to do. And so met with a counselor. They told me at the hospital, who works with, financing and stuff. And I only had to pay in total, everything, I think it was $400, which is huge difference from 15,000, but I'm telling you, there's a way. There's always a way for something to happen and to be covered for what you need. So, like I said, to encourage you, this is a really long video. I actually did not mean to make it this long, but I did want to tell you things because I feel it's important. And so I don't think that it's good to pretend oh yeah, it's fine. I can just pretend and just say this or that and make it flowery and pretty. And like I've told y'all before, I'm not that person that cares about oh, I'm doing this so I can have all this stuff and I want you to spend money. No, I ain't trying to take nothing from y'all. I'm here to give and share, encourage, to love on you. I don't know any of you specifically, except for a few people of my own circle of people who actually, watch my videos and, share and everything. But yeah, share this. Share it with someone else and let them know, hey, and not, like I said again, not so I can get a whole bunch of people, but I want to be responsible with what I have. Again, like I said, I was taught to be responsible. If I care about the things I have, I care about you. You're a soul, you're a person. I care about you. I don't know you like that, but I care about you. I want you to have what you need. And I don't think it's right uh to withhold information. That's how my mom was. Y'all never met my mom, most of you. Um, but my mom passed away in 2020, and she always taught me to share things. If you have some good information that's gonna help someone, I'm old school. We share it. It ain't gonna hurt me to share this information with you. It does not hurt me to share this information with you. If I don't share it with you, then I feel I'm doing a disservice to my community. We were always about community, sharing with people, giving people stuff. This is a free thing. I ain't charge you for nothing on this, because why? Why'd I do that? That doesn't make no sense to me. But anyway, I digress. Let me hurry up so I can get up out of here. I have some things to do, but I wanted to share that and let you are loved, you are cared for, and big hugs to you. If no one gives you a hug today, give yourself a hug. Cross your arms, give yourself a hug. Hugs, hugs, hugs. And I also give you a hug from here. And I pray that you are well, that your soul gets along well, and that everything you find your hands to do, you do it with your might and with all power in yourself that God has given you to do it. Okay. And if you are not able to do that today, I pray that you sit in the presence of the Lord and get what you need from him. Sit in the soil with him, because that's a grounding exercise. Sit in soil with him today so that he can feed you, give you the nutrients and the nourishment that you need. Sometimes you just need to do that. So that's fine. Do that. And I will talk to you later. Bye.